And you can only do it because it's a centralized solution. So you just change it once and everybody worldwide has got that change, right? Another one is success factors. Again, for social networking. Social networking is mainly on the cloud, big driver, and it's become one of the most important things of sharing knowledge. Unfortunately, it's also used for sharing knowledge like I'm going to commit suicide online and stuff. That's the negative part of it. Let's look at the positive part. A lot of good things are happening on Facebook. Actually, I'm connected to many of my relatives today on Facebook other than email. At least I know what their kids are doing, where they're studying, wherever they are. Or even my friends, my classmates, only because of these tools like Facebook, LinkedIn. Otherwise, I'm meeting classmates, schoolmates after 30 years, thanks to Facebook and LinkedIn, wherever they are. They seek out and we connect, right? I don't think it was even possible 10 years ago, right? So the world is changing and the knowledge also is available to you, like they said, right? Wikipedia. Who had thought about Wikipedia, right? Then there's WikiLeaks. Recently where that US guy, where government, army fellow put up everything on WikiLeaks. So the transparency is very big here again, right? Lotus Notes used to be one of the best tools for groupware before SharePoint came, okay? Now Lotus Notes is also available on the cloud as software as a service. So presto, here you have something where you can put all the knowledge you want and create a workflow, okay? But there will be some challenges. Data migration to the cloud will be a challenge still, which is being looked at. But things are getting much easier to implement. When you're running a business, you think of solutions for today to run your business and scale your business, right? Future is to look little ahead. Okay, so you'll have to work with these limitations, but definitely the cloud has become one of the key drivers of knowledge management. Let me tell you another aspect of cloud. Banks have to keep data. I have a banker friend here, right? I was talking to somebody on banks' liability of keeping data. They don't know because there are 16 acts for keeping data protection in the bank. So what do banks in India do? They have godowns where they kept records right from the inception of the bank. Because they don't know what to do with that data because the regulator has not told them what to do. And if they throw it away, the regulator asks for it, they don't know what to do. So they have it first stored in the manual form. Now some of them are digitizing it, but it's terabytes of data, right? Now to store it, are you going to build a data center? No. You go and store it in the cloud. You go and rent space there like you would rent a bank locker. Go and put all your data there. Because you're never going to access the data forever. Until unless there is some compliance issue, somebody wants something, but they have to keep it for 25 years. How do you keep data for 25 years? Half your life is over. But the regulators keep it for 25 years. Those regulations are being modified now. That's a good news. Ministry of Finance has realized with 1.2 billion population and 40-45 million people and so many transactions, how can you keep that data for so long? And what do you do with that data anyway? But these are some of the challenges. But cloud, again, we have taken SOX here and SEBI calls it Section 49 for the trading community and for companies. And they have to keep the data now. It's become very stringent. Again, it's a big issue of archival of data. And on demand, you cannot keep it on tapes because tapes have a life of about 5 years before they get fungus and die. Okay, the material itself has got a time issue. You can't keep it on CDs because CDs also may just crack and give up. Then what do? Then you need to keep it on digital media somewhere. And that's where the cloud comes. But I think for 1 terabyte today in cloud, it costs 1 cent. 1 cent to keep 1 terabyte of data. There's no way you can build a data center at these cost benefits. Okay? And it's all resilient, it is there when you want it. Okay? Again, I think that's all I've got for today. But finally to leave you and close this, cloud computing will change the way we work, the way we live. The biggest user of cloud computing would be the government. I'm very, very honored that there's a minister here with whom I could share this. The Maharashtra government is building cloud infrastructure. The Department of Information Technology is driving it. The central government is building. Other states have already built it. Okay, the ESI, which is one of the biggest providers of healthcare, have already gone to the cloud. So for you, all of you, or even doing business, cloud would be one of the biggest drivers for you to start a business because all you need is very little capital. And then you presto, you have got a great idea and then you go ahead and do it. Okay? I think I'll close with this.